هاي الأرض بالنسبة إلي أنا كمنى هي حياتي. يمكن لو قارنتيها بينها وبين أولادي يمكن بفوق أولادي. هو أعز ما يملك الإنسان أولاده، بس هاي الأرض بالنسبة إلي فقط أولادي. أنا خلفت كل أولادي فيها، بس لما أشوف الجدار بشوف الغصة اللي وقعت على صدري هون اللي بتأمل يجي يوم ويزول.
I think the Israeli occupation and the continuation of the Israeli violation of the daily life for all the Palestinian rights is one of the biggest and major challenge that we face. We talk about that the Israeli occupation deprives women from their free to exercise their freedom for mobility. You talk about women in Gaza, they are under siege and blockade more than 10 years. There is no access to work, no access to health services or even to job.
أنا يمكن دمروا الاقتصاد تاعي مش مرة ومش تنتين وثلاثة، اعتقلوا زوجي، اعتقلوا أولادي. هاي كانت كلها ظروف ضمن إنك أنت تبقي في هاي الأرض أو ما تبقيش. يمكن هاي الطريق اللي أنتوا هسه بتمرقوا منها هاي كانت مسكرة 3 طبقات في مرحلة معينة من أجل إن إحنا ما نفوت الأرض. زي ما أنتوا بتعرفوا والكل بيعرف وكل العالم بيعرف إنه صراعنا مع هذا الاحتلال هو صراع أرض. صراع أرض، هم بدهم الأرض، بدهم الأرض، ما بدهم حدا يقول لهم شو هذا، وهذا كان صراعنا مع هذا الاحتلال، ما بدهم إيانا نضل هين. زي ما انتم شفتوا الواقع الجغرافي اللي موجود هنا، مصانع، هنا جدار، هذا الجدار بني قبل فترة، بس احنا هنا انا واحدة من الناس صار لي 30 سنة هون، فما بالك في اللي قبلي. فانهم اليوم انك انت تيجي تدخلي هاي الارض وتسلميهم اياها بكل بساطة، هذا ضمن المستحيلات بالنسبة إلي. خاصة انا وعيت على الدنيا وانا بعرف شو احتلال. انا من يوم ما فتحت عيني انا كنت عايشة بمخيم. شو هو المخيم وشو معنى المخيم؟ يعني يمكن اليوم انت حتى في المجتمع الفلسطيني هذا ابن مخيم، يعني اشي منبوذ او اشي، يعني مع كل اسف بتحكي هذا الموضوع، لكن هذا المخيم هو اللي غرز فينا شو معنى احتلال وشو معنى انك تقاومي احتلال بكل الظروف وبغض النظر شو الطرق.
الأمة الفلسطينية لا توصف، لا توصف. ام شهيد، ام اسير، ام جريح، ام مناضلة، يعني لا توصف المرأة الفلسطينية. الأمة الفلسطينية لا توصف من مرة. يعني لما تغدى رايحة بتولد على الحاجز الأمة الفلسطينية، لما تروح تشتغل بتمرك عن الحاجز الأمة الفلسطينية. لا توصف، لا وصف لها الأمة الفلسطينية. أم جبارة، أم مناضلة، أم يعني يعجز الوصف عنها الأمة الفلسطينية.
Sometimes they used to close the university and imprison students in the university, like invade the university itself, and imprison people from the university, like young people, just because they feel like to. Yeah, and one day, like I think one of the years, they closed the university and destroyed the science faculty. They destroyed everything in it, and we have a student council. They invaded the student council and destroyed all the computers and took all the money in it, because student council raises, like they do fundraising for poor students to give them their university tuition.
يعني استشهد من قبل اسبوع، عندنا شهيد استشهد. يعني الاطفال بكوا من مره، يعني يعني لا توصف الوضع. يعني في البلد بكى، يعني يخاف الواحد ينزله، بخاف الواحد يعني اي وقت يعني بداهموا البيوت. يعني اول امبارح بكوا مداهمين بيت عندنا، يعني وفتشوا عبروا يفتشوا وعبروا، يعني بيغدى الواحد نايم بيغدى متوقع انهم اليهود يفوتوا عليه. يعني غدين يعني بكان في الحاره يلعبن في الليل، انادي فيهن وكلهن تعالين، بجوز يجوا الجيش علينا هالكيتي. يعني صاروا مستعربين يعبروا علينا. يعني فيش حريه الواحد عنده. يعني لما تطلعي اي اشي بغدى خايف منه الواحد. يعني جوز انا لما يتوخر على مستوطنة حلميش انا بغدى فتشر، يعني كل لا سمح الله بجوز ان يلكوا على الحاجز، بجوز يسووا معاه اشي، بجوز يطخوا عليه، بجوز يعني فيش يعني راحه، فيش راحه للأمة الفلسطينية من مرة. يعني مأثرين على الجميع، على الصغير وعلى الكبير مأثرين. يعني
difficulties that I faced when I was studying is that I came from Jerusalem every day, and I studied at Birzeit University, which is located in Birzeit village next to Ramallah. I had to cross the checkpoint every day, going back and forth to Jerusalem, and it was very exhausting. It took me around 2 hours going to university and 2 hours coming back home. It was very frustrating at the beginning, especially. I used to go home and cry to my mother, telling her that I don't want to continue studying at the university because it's getting really frustrating and tiring, very tiring actually, exhausting. But you somehow get used to this, and life needs to go on eventually, and you need to achieve the goal that you set for yourself.
You talk about many Palestinian women who are imprisoned and many were tortured. Many Palestinian women are killed at the checkpoints, and I remember more than 65 women gave birth at the checkpoints between 2002 and 2005. So, you know, it's really the absence of security and human security. This, you know, violation against Palestinian people in general. But women have, you know, different taste of the impact of such violation because they have to run all the affairs of the family psychologically, economically, and they have to keep the unity of the family. So this is the main challenge.
Yes, I believe that being Palestinian adds to difficulty, and being a woman is also another difficulty on another level. For example, here the limited right to movement is very hindering people from finding jobs. We have Area C here. We cannot even make it work or establish any private companies, any organizations in these areas, and being a Palestinian is really hard in this economic situation.
Even if you talk about the unemployment rate among young women and men, this is due to the fact that all our economy is annexed to the Israeli occupation. So really it's kind of prison.
And now we don't have enough jobs because we don't have enough money, because our like products and everything we make in Palestine or we do is not even used or exported to out Palestine. Like Israel controls the market, controls the water, the electricity, and everything. Because of that, is more expensive than we can even imagine.
I face some difficulties, maybe a lot, maybe, but I prefer to speak about shiny thing because life is hard. We have a lot of bad thing in Palestine, but because of that we should have some passion to live, passion to love life.
We start to use the international tools for justice to protect Palestinian women and to end the Israeli occupation. And here really I appeal for all those women all over the world to support our struggle against occupation.
I participated in the elections of 2006, which happened in all over Palestine, in the West Bank and in Gaza. And I was elected under the party I was in, which was called Kabalan is One Body. I was the first one to participate in such things, but I think it was affecting on the participations of women all over Kabalan. In the same time, I felt that there must be a body as an institution or anything for women in Kabalan. In that time, I think that a cooperative is the most suitable body to collect some women with each others.
Opportunities in Palestine is little. I studying biotechnology. That means the aim to work or the thing to work is to be a teacher at university. That is the field
I can work in it. Also in a factories of medicine. Factories, how many factories and how many biotechnologists they need? Maybe 5 factories need 5 from us. That's it. Because of that, I decide to do my own road. Nothing stop. Yani life start. Yani life is continuing. I'm still looking for a job that can do myself. Job that yani I can spread all of energy I have inside myself to the society.
The West Bank is small in itself, okay? So you won't have all the opportunities that you are looking for. That's one point. The other point is that as long as we unfortunately people work with let's say connections. If you had good connection, you will get a good job with good payment. If you don't, we're sorry, okay?
The labor in Palestine for women is just, I think, 14%. In the other side, the educated Palestinian women who are having a BA or MA are very high, higher than anyone in the other Arabic world. That means, I think, the Palestinian woman herself choose to be in her home, choose to take care of her children. I believe that. I myself like this job.
وفي عندك يعني بدناش نطيل برضه، هذا موضوع طويل وشائك. بتروحي على العنف الاقتصادي وانت بتعرفي يعني مجرد وجود بس 17% من نسائنا عاملات او في مجال العمل هو نوع من العنف، لانه من حق المرأة كمان تلاقي فرصة تعيش بكرامة، تلاقي مكان عملها، تاخذ اجر متساوي للرجل، تاخذ اجازاتها كاملة، سواء امومتها سواء كذا. مش من حقهم يسكروا عليها اي وظيفة، الا انه لحد الان هي في قطاع الخدمات، الخياطة يعني، السكرتارية يعني وظائف محدودة اللي بيطلع لها تشتغل فيها. فلحد الآن يعني أنا بقول هذا ممكن من أبشع أنواع العنف، إنه حتى أنت بدك تعيشي حياة كريمة ممنوع تعيشيها. فيعني لا، المفروض إنه الفرص تكون أحسن ويكون في تساوي.
Of 2006, you rarely see a woman in Kabalan sharing in the local services or in the local activities in Kabalan. Rarely, but now you can see girls who are sharing many activities, women who are sharing many activities in the meetings of the local council, in the many workshops here in Kabalan, the work for school.
مش بس العنف السياسي، مش بس يعني هو من قبل الاحتلال، كان برضه في عنف من داخلي. خليني أقول أنت حتى داخل حزبك السياسي مرات كنت ما تلاقي الفرصة وما تلاقي لوين أنت بدك توصلي. فكان في حتى هذا العنف القمع وعدم أخذ الحق، لأنه هو نوع من العنف، بالرغم من أنك يمكن يكون قدراتك كتير أعلى من قدرات أي حدا يكون في مركز قرار، بس هو كونه ذكر كان وصل. فهو سلب الحق مرات حتى داخل الحزب السياسي هو نوع من أنواع العنف. وإحنا يمكن تعرضنا لهذا الشيء، يعني خلينا أقول كنساء بفلسطين، مش بس عنا يعني كحزب، إحنا في كل الأحزاب السياسية.
Maybe quota is something having negative effects, positive effects. I think, in my own opinion, as Nadia, I think quota is for the weak person. We are doing it for the weak persons. I don't like women to be weak, to have to be pushed, to participate in anything. I think that she has to be to have power in her own self, to have her own strengths, which will make her do the things she wants to do. But sometimes, when somebody is not having his place, his right place in anywhere, maybe quota is good.
She works with the society for 20 years now or more, 25 or 30 years. So they know, all the village know my mother. She works with disabled people, she works with men, women, everyone knows her, everyone talks with her. So it's okay for them to have her with them. But if it's another woman, I think the woman herself will not be that ambitious to be the boss in the council.
المفروض النساء اللي إلها في العمل السياسي المجتمع اللي هي على الشارع اللي هي في الميدان. يعني أنا لما حطيت كوتا كل حزب انجبر يحط 2-3 بس مين اللي حطهم؟ هنا السؤال الكبير، هل هم هدول النساء اللي بدهم يرفعوا شأن المرأة لفوق ولا بدهم يهبطوها لتحت ويرجعوها لورا؟ هذا السؤال وهذا الخلاف كان. يعني أنا بدي الكوتا بس بدي الكوتا بنساء يعني تفرزهم الحركة النسوية مش الأحزاب السياسية.
I try to be out of this political issues and not the political issues because I'm interested in politics. As a Palestinian, we all interested from the beginning of our lives. But I'm not interested in a movement because I don't see that these movements are going to do something for Palestine.
Sometimes I will be afraid to be optimistic more than usual or to be pessimistic more than real. I don't know any what's the expectation about future work in Palestine. I hope that will be something great, something happy.
عندي يعني عيلتي بتكون ست أطفال عندي، فاهمة علي؟ أكبر وحدة هي البنت هاي يعني 12 سنة، فمش فيش مجال يعني بقدرش إني أطلع مثلا من البيت، يعني أنا يا دوبني في الدار وملحق عليهم شغل، فاهمة علي؟ يعني فكيف بدي أطلع يعني برا وأشتغل برا وأرجع وأكيم وحب، فبشوفها صعبة الواحد يعني.
26 years old.
Are you married?
No. Still not. I'm looking for no. According to marriage, okay. I'm not disagree this. No, I'm agree with this idea. I like children, but I'm not agree with get married with someone who can understand my ambition, who can't understand my brain. I think something different. Environment is important. I think I myself, I have an appearance in a society. I breeding in a family that respect me, my father, my grandfather, my brother. They respect me and they encourage me to do difference, to do something unusual. But I can't imagine to marry one who can prison me.
ناخذ العنف المجتمعي مثلا، نتنوع العنف المجتمعي عندنا، ابتدي من الأسرة انتهي تعرضت الست، حتى إذا عرفوا إنها الست مرات حامل ببنت هو غير مرحب بالبنت، كنا مش جايب يعني، وبطريقة يعني هم البنات للممات وشو خلفتي ومن جبتي، حتى بالثقافة هاي في منهم الأزواج أجوا يمكن أوعى شوية فتعلموا في ضرب، في إهانات، في اغتصاب في داخل الأسر للبنت الفلسطينية حتى مرات من قبل الزوج. يعني هو ما بيستوعب مثلا هو حقه الشرعي إنه ياخذ كيف وضعك أنت في هذاك اليوم، هو ما بيعرف.
In 2002, I decided to establish this organization to look for the needness for the woman in several fields. Because I work with many organizations at the main office in Ramallah, the big in Ramallah, and have a part in other sets in West Bank. But here, the needness for the woman, you must go for the woman to ask about what they need.
It's a little bit hard for women to be part of cooperatives or networks because of the conservative community. But from what I saw from working here in the organization actually is that after they grow to a certain age and they make sure that their children do not need them anymore, they start thinking of themselves and start thinking of empowering themselves economically.
I don't see a connection between being leading a revolution or something like this and wearing a hijab. It's not. Any woman can do it if she's with a hijab or not.
Here, like in the Arab world, in Palestine, we give so much concern and effort about what others think of us, others' opinion of us. But sometimes you have to break the rules and the tradition and be what you want to be.
Sometimes I feel that I don't fit here in my society, and it's sad because I don't want them to think like me, but I don't want them to accept.
I think in the relation with man, a lot of women were not having the relation which is, we can say, equal in the right way. But nowadays, I think after the cooperative, these meetings between us and women talking about these rights, a lot of women, I think, I have seen them in my eyes, are changing in treating with their men. Having their rights with their men, with their children.
I come from a quite conservative family where women do not work, especially in the generation or at the age of my mother and her mother and my aunts too. As for our generation, my cousins do work mostly. When they finish their university degrees, they enroll in the labor market if they can't find their opportunities. But it was very hard for my mother, for example, to work when she was my age. And we are seeing a shifting regarding this matter in the Palestinian society now. People are more open-minded and they understand the importance of women having their own jobs and their own opportunities here, and life is very expensive, so they need both women and men to work in the families to be able to support them and meet the needs of the family.
The condition of girls in my family is better comparing with other, because my family let me learn. Some families don't let a girl to complete her learning. Also, I do some activities, campaigning, do some camping also. My family appreciate me and let me do that.
I'm 21 and I'm facing the question of when are you getting married, or are you married? I mean, I know girls in my university that have children and study with me. I don't have how they arrange their time, even because I live in my room and I can't do these things.
I would describe women of my generation as something very new, something good that will come out of us, because the majority are educated women, and many of them are like, they experience life as they should. They've seen different places, they deal with different people, which is something good because it's mind-opening. They widen their horizon toward everything. They know better about the world, about the Israeli conflict, about the importance of you getting your education and working and being independent, not waiting on anybody to pay for your taxes, pay for your food, pay for anything you want. You work, you get money, and you waste it the way you want.
My mother, even if she was a villager, she didn't read and didn't write, but we used to say to her, if you were educated, you were going to be a prime minister. Really, she was strong in that side. We used to see her discussing our father in many things. Even my father is a very kind man. Maybe that formed us, all of us, me and my sisters. I have 7 sisters in that time. I have 4 brothers. We were 12. We all have something from this father and mother.
To change in the mind, in the Palestinian mind of man is not easy. You have a long time to change their mind. We look for the change to best. we hope to be the best for the woman, because you know the women in all over the world, they are suffering. All over the world, the women have a violence. Maybe it's different from country to country, but the same thing happened. I see that, yeah, in all over the world, the violence is against because they look for us that a weak woman. Yes, because of this, the mind of the man, they look that you.
I wish woman, when she is working in her house, her own house, when she is asked, what do you work? I think she mustn't say, I don't work. Because I think her work in house is a job, is an important job she likes.
أمنيتي إن هالأم الفلسطينية تبطل تضحي لما تربي ابنها شاب، يعني يجي اليهود يطخه، يبطل قلبها متحرحر على ابنها اللي له سنين في السجون. يعني الأم الفلسطينية مش ناقصة عن إميات العالم برضه، مظبوط.
She has to have her rights because God gave her rights, not because man is giving it or government is giving it. I think that's an important thing women must be aware too.
I believe that Palestinian women are very strong, having faced all what they have faced and endured everything from the occupation and from the conservative community. They are strong and they are able to achieve what they want. So if they start encouraging each other and if they start really working towards being more into the labor market, they will be able to do so. And I wish that we can see a more prosperous Palestine where it is built by the hands of women and men together. Thank you.